Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Hawkins Corner. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Unice long body wave wig in the inch of 18 inches. So stay tuned for my review and what I thought of this wig. So I normally get my wigs for my first wigs. The only reason why I went to Unice is because I want to save money and I am very frugal, but I learned my lessons the hard way when I order wigs like this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the hair. The hair is actually really good hair. I will not say that Unice does not sell good hair. And that was my basic motivation of getting the hair. But my first clue number one, that I should not have ordered from Unice. Okay, number one, if you're going to advertise something as a company, make sure that you are creating advertisements that make your products look good. If you go to unice.com right now and look at their wigs and their wig models, the wig models are not ugly, but they literally take the wig from being created and literally plop it on the head. So it looked like a mop or whatever. If you're a wig visionary or a wig niece or whatever you want to call it, like me, I've been wearing wigs for a very long time. I know that I can customize it. So I can look at a wig and say, okay, yeah, I can customize that wig. So that wasn't a problem. But if you are not a wig person, I mean, they didn't have any customer pictures on there. They didn't have anything but the wig plopped on top of the model. All the wigs look bad on the website, every last one of them. But my basic motivation is always, is the hair good hair? And I knew the hair was good hair. So I think I paid $119 for the wig because there was a 5% discount and they gave me $1 off because I had just signed up. And the customer service was great because I did inquire about something, and normally I try to reach out and contact them just to see what I'm going to get back. And if they, respond in a timely manner, then I'm like, okay, good, I can do this. Well, a good thing about it was the price point. It was cheap, it was affordable, it seemed like good hair. When I looked at YouTube reviews, there were not a lot of reviews for the wigs. There were lots of reviews for the bundles. And I guess that was my clue number two. So customer service was great. It normally takes, I think they said 24 to 48 hours to process. It only took 24 hours. So after 24 hours, I wanted it for my birthday, which was Wednesday, and I ordered it last Tuesday. So after 24 hours, I gave them a minute. Then I basically contacted them via chat on Thursday, inquiring about my order. So they were prompt in responding, and basically it wasn't processing, but it appeared to be processing when I looked at my account. But what they stated was that they were so bombarded with our orders, I guess from the 5% off, that's really not much, but okay, that they couldn't basically, I guess, update my order. So that was cool, and it was sent. It arrived, I mean, expeditiously. Their shipment and their processing is A1. So if I had to rate them just on shipping, customer service, processing, A1, but that's not what I really pay my money for. I pay it for the hair. So when I got the wig, I was so disappointed because it's my birthday wig. Because when I look at a wig, if it's structured in the right way, I can make the baby hair, I can do the parting space, I can do the concealer, everything that I need to do. But when it's not structured in the right way, I'm basically remaking the wig without sewing it back on there. I gotta figure out and be a detective how I'm gonna hide this track, blah, blah, blah. So let's talk about the structure of the wig. I'm gonna post a picture. So as you can see from the picture, you can tell that the track starts as soon as the lace stops, which makes it pretty much more work to cover. The problem with this wig, now I didn't press comb. If you don't have a pressing comb, do not order this wig, because if you don't have something that can fry it and like literally just it down, it is not gonna work. So the first thing is, let me show you the track. I hope you can see it. I'm not sure because I'm not looking at the camera. But normally when you create a wig as a professional, and I know how to sew in hair, I know how to do hair. I've been doing it since I was in high school. I'm 39, praise God. But normally when you do hair, when you're creating a wig, the closer you get to the top of the wig, the less you want the track. You don't want the tracks to be seen at all, but you want to make them disappear, so to speak, when you get up to the top, especially when it's going from lace to track. So one of the rules when you're making a wig is try not to use a double weft track, because a double weft track is like a traditional track, and that, because the weft is so thick, it's going to possibly show, and you don't want to have to worry about how do I get this not to show, because that's the purpose of getting a lace front wig, so it can flow seamlessly. So the problem with this is not only does it show, but I would say, you know, most of the time, if you're not going to give me all of my lace, I'm good with that. I'm not good with paying $119 for it. But if you're not going to give me all my lace, at least don't give me all my lace and cut it like this, like a little half moon. This track, literally, I can't show you on video, but it is like a half a moon, about this inch, like about this much. Why would you stop right there? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just go all the way down here? So now I'm stuck with this. When you try to part it, notice this is my parting space. I did not bleach my knives, but if I wanted a true part, you could see right there. You could see the track. That's ridiculous. And it makes me upset because I spent $119. I could literally go to a beauty supply and get a synthetic wig that is properly structured versus this. So the only thing I'd like to say I paid for were the bundles. And I mean, I could have made this wig myself. So that track construction, the way this wig was constructed, is the main reason why I would give this 2 stars out of 5. Because I should not have to worry about hiding my tracks. So this is the parting space. That's about 2 inches. I don't understand. When I order from my first wigs, I mean, I get a good, I would say about this much. I pay for it, but I get that much. I would at least say, can you give me this much all the way around without any track showing? That's ridiculous. Like, I have to make sure my track is never showing. It came with baby hair, which was about this long. We should say a baby bang. How about we say that? And this hair is, like, if you're planning on using the Got To Be Glue method, you have to cut the baby hair. If you don't cut the baby hair, you cannot wear it like this. You see how I got it pulled back? And the reason being was because it never was, it's like the hair automatically just went forward. And so the cuticle is pushed this way, so you literally have to get a pressing comb, press it, and bam. Now, about the actual hair, the hair does not shed, which is a plus. They have really good hair. I will vouch for that with Unice hair. It does not shed. I'm running my hands through it now. It rarely tangles. I mean, it tangles normally, but it doesn't like tangle in a nape or anything. Now, I've ran my hands through this for a couple of seconds, and I don't have any real nothing. So, oh, maybe one. So it doesn't really tangle. Like I said, it doesn't tangle. When you curl it, it does not hold a curl. I curled it this morning. It holds a curl, but it doesn't hold the curl like you want it to hold the curl. Like if you want a tight curl, you may have to put some product on it or something like that. And the number one thing that I forgot to say is that there was a foul odor. Like it smelled like fecal matter. Like I don't know what kind of animal fecal matter, but it was so bad that after I washed it, I co-washed it, I let it air dry with the fan in front of it. So all of that scent, when my husband came upstairs, he was like, what's that smell? It was super strong. So I'm not understanding what kind of chemical you all are using or what, but that's another thing that y'all need to work on is the scent of the hair. Now, after pressing it, after flat ironing it, after curling it, all of those different things and putting my product in it, the smell eventually went away, but it's not going to go away unless you wash it. Like co-wash, you're not going to get it. You need to wash it if you want that poo-poo smell out. So the last thing, so it does curl, but it doesn't hold a tight curl. I love the way, I didn't like the density at first because I thought it was too thin, but the density is actually perfect if you want like a natural look. Like it's perfect. It's not too thick, not too thin, and I love the way you could tell that this is probably bundle hair because it gets thinner at the end, and that just creates a more natural look. I did go somewhere on my birthday Wednesday, and if you are in Houston, I thank the Lord we don't have the weather like in the northern states. It's not snowing, but it's been very dreary. It's been like a haze, a mist. So on my birthday, we went to Crocodile Encounters, and the whole thing was outside, and I was so happy that I had this type of hair because it didn't do anything but curl up, and I'll put a picture of that in here also. So as you can see, when it got wet, it actually looked like I wand curled it, which was great. Last thing, what is the resolution to the problem? So I would like to say that after I left the review, I did give them 2 stars. They contacted me within hours via text message and email. So when they contacted me, they stated that they would give me a refund or an exchange. I already cut the lace. So I'm trying to figure out how you gonna do that, and it's clear on the packet that if you do not, alter the wig, we'll give you a refund. So I'm just going through, okay, blah, 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 which would you like or whatever. And I was like, well, maybe I'll try a full lace, whatever. So in the end, they stated, and Unice, if you're watching, I don't know what happened. They stated that they were gonna send me a shipping label. Now, mind you, I already have a shipping label. It comes with a shipping label, so if you don't like the wig, you can send it back without cutting the lace or anything like that. So I'm trying to figure out, why do I need another shipping label? Hello, I don't understand. So they were like, please give us time to send you the label. And I'm like, okay, so hour, 2 hours, whatever. Well, I don't hear anything back, so I text them and I'm like, hey, have y'all got the label? It takes a longer time. No, it doesn't. So what happened in between that was that I told them I do want to be clear that the wig has been altered because the lace has been cut, as you can see in the picture. Because the email inquired about what was the problem, I sent them the pictures. So it seemed to be that after I stated, being honest, because I don't want to lie, that the lace had been cut, and pretty much they can't sell this wig anymore, that the lace is cut unless they like really discount it and sell it as a pre-cut lace. So after that is when it just took an elongated amount of time, and I still have not heard back from them. So I doubt that I'm going to get a shipping label if that is existent. And like I said, I give it 2 out of 5 stars. It's not a bad wig, but if you're a beginner, I definitely would not encourage you to get this wig. If you're a wignista and you know how to create a part, you know how to create the illusion of a longer part, baby hair, you know how to use a press comb. If you know how to customize a wig, then this may be for you if you're willing to do all that work. But the point of me buying the wig was so that I didn't have to do the work. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I ain't been in this game in a minute, 39 and I'm back, baby. So I'm back. I'm going to be doing a lot of reviews because that's my calling on YouTube. I don't want to talk. I don't want to vlog. I don't want you to know my business if I don't want to give it to you. So I'm going to be doing reviews, and this is an important review. So stay tuned. If you need a product review, please don't be afraid to send me a message and DM me, as they say, the young people say. Just happy to be alive at 39, and thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you next time on Hawkins Corner.